Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. It's Kieran here, and today I just wanted to talk about starting and doing things when you really have no idea what's going on and where it's going to lead. I think this is something that I'm really trying to step into now, and step into this idea of being the things and the person that I want to be in the future, and really just stepping into that idea. So recently I started doing more meditations. So I've been leading meditations for probably 6-7 months through an organization that a friend's set up, and just doing them weekly for, a couple of people at most. And I was, just showing up, doing that, feeling into that, what that was. And I found a lot of purpose in that. And I was speaking to a friend, and he said, why don't you start doing, daily meditations on live? So big shout out to Frank, because I took that advice and started doing it. And I'm about 30 days in or so into doing daily meditations on live, on Instagram, also on TikTok now. And, doing those has presented me the opportunity of working with a corporate, a company, to do a group meditation for them. I've had 2 opportunities to do that. And this whole process, I don't know where it's going. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm literally just showing up. I know that I want to create these spaces of expression. I know that I want to be holding these events, holding space for people to be vulnerable, honest, find their truth, speak it, act it, be it. I know this is what I want. And I see that in the bigger picture, but I don't necessarily know how I get to where I want to go. So instead, I've just decided to sort of, think about the idea, think about what it could include. But at the end of the day, I just had to take action. I spent so much time this past year, which has been really beneficial, thinking, planning, processing my own thoughts, evolving, growing, all these sorts of things. And now's become the time for action, to try and step into and actually achieve what I want to achieve, because I can visualize it as much as possible, I can think about it as much as possible, but right now is a time for action. In my mind, that's what I've decided. Now is the time to take massive action. So that's why I was doing these meditations, and I still am, is because although I don't know where they're going, it's one of the first things in a long time that feels purposeful to me, and it feels easy to do, in terms of not in a way that's arrogant, but it feels really just I don't have to think about it. It just comes, it just flows through me, and I'm happy in that space, and just happy to learn and grow doing that. And so that is one thing that I've started doing. I've also just started these men's circles, which again, I've only had the experience of being in them and seeing how that works. And now I've just started them up, and I'm just trusting that in that moment, in that space, together with the men that I'm sharing that space with, we can hold this space of, I've spent space about, so many times there, but anyway, we can hold this area where we can be vulnerable, where we can be truthful, where we can express ourselves. All those things that maybe there's not so much of a space for men to do that in society. And I think this is also a space needed more in general, not just for men, but I think men are less likely to communicate their emotions. And so these spaces are really important. And also to gain that experience and ideas and knowledge from other men, from older men, from young men, from people who've experienced different lives and who have potentially experienced a lot of similarities. So those 2 things I've just jumped into headfirst, sort of having an idea of them, having experienced them, and just wanting to create an experience myself. But I don't know where they're going. I don't know what it leads to, but I've just trusted in this process and what's going on, and I'm just going to keep going. And that's it for me. I don't know the answers. There are blueprints of how people have succeeded on their paths, and success leaves clues. We can follow what they've done. If you wanted to be a YouTuber, you're probably going to have to create a video at least once a week, consistently, every time the same week. And that's what people have done, and you can see that. But there's so much we can do in terms of visualizing, of wanting to manifest ideas. And at some point we just have to take action and step into that person we want to be, to lead the life that we want to lead. And, I'm going to say it now, that I want to be and will be leading retreats this year with friends, creating these spaces I will be leading meditations. I will have more corporate clients. I will be working with people one-on-one in coaching sessions, in life coaching or self-exploration or whatever you want to call it. You know, these are things that I'm doing, and they will support me, and I'll be able to live this life. And that's how I see it. And that's just me being brutally honest about what I want and how it's going to come about. And I don't know necessarily each of the steps, but I know that's where I want to be. So I'm going to, you know, set my focus on that and just do what feels right to do in this moment, and take chances and be vulnerable and be fearful in this moment of, not fearful, but yeah, there's a bit of fear there. It's just uncertainty. Be uncertain and accept that, and just go with the process. You know, so many people talk about that. Just take that process, just live that process and trust it. And that's it. I think it really requires a lot of patience. And for me, that's one of the biggest learnings that I have to take away, is just show up, do what you're doing, and be patient with it and see what happens. And, you know, I'm putting this stuff out here for you all to hear as well, so that not only, I mean, it's not really accountability for me, but it's just sharing, like, you know, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to be. And yeah, and let's see if that speaks, if like this is speaking it into existence as such. But yeah, this is the video. That's all I wanted to share. But I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to join it for more of these sorts of videos. And yeah, just go out there and do and take action and become the person you want to be by acting in the way that you would act. And just tune into that higher self. You've got this. Have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you soon. Sending you love. Bye bye bye.